Generally, when we talk about Prevention of Corruption Act, we drive an impression that this particular act is against corruption in government agencies or to prosecute public servants. Even a raw reading of Prevention of Corruption Act emphasizes that this particular law is against corruption done by any public servant. But it is a pertinent question to ask that whether this particular act is only for the public servant. Can a private person be also prosecuted under Prevention of Corruption Act? Now, the short and simple answer to this question is yes, a private person can also be prosecuted under Prevention of Corruption Act. To understand this, understand the situation that if a private person is a part of a criminal conspiracy for a public servant to commit any offense under the Prevention of Corruption Act, or if a private person has abetted any of the offences which a public servant commits, then in that case, the private person is equally liable to be tried along with that public servant. Now, it has been held many a times that just because a person is not a public servant, and so the offence under the relevant sections of Prevention of Corruption Act could not be invoked against him is incorrect. But now there's one catch over here, that even the existence of a public servant is not a must, is not mandatory for a private person to face the trial. And even in his absence, a private person can be tried depending upon the facts of the case. And so therefore, we can deduce that to proceed against a private person who has committed an offence under the Prevention of Corruption Act, it is not a law that it can only be done in junction with the public servant as the arrow of the parties.